Hello, and I'm your host, Colin Vogel, and this is Saturday Morning Recorded. And for today's special guest, that's my friend, Leslie Barbour. For your weekly tidbit of news, it's that, the horse statues in parks? If they have two legs in the air, that means the person on the horse died in battle. If they have one leg in the air, that means they died of wounds received in a battle. And if they have all 4 feet on the ground, that means they died of all natural causes. Pretty strange, right? Here's your special guest. Here's our special guest, Leslie Barbour. Now, Now, you were a stand-up comedian, so what was it like being a stand-up comedian?
It was really fun. I like being in the spotlight. I like having being the center of attention. And so it's really fun to go on stage and say things that make people laugh, hopefully laugh. There are times where you really bomb and nobody's laughing at you, and that's really awkward and uncomfortable, but you also learn a lot when situations like that happen. But before I moved to Aberdeen, I would do it in Texas, and what I really liked about that was that I got to meet so many new people. Some friends that I still have to this day, especially my friend Mana. I'll give her a shout out on here because she let me be on her podcast recently. She does a program called Claws Out Comedy, which is about women helping women promote each other in comedy. So I really like that there's things like that out there that are helping to get women more in the spotlight, because so much of comedy is like a man's world that women are trying to not break through. It's been broken through, but there's still people who are like, oh, you're funny for a girl. So things like that still happen. But in Texas, it was really great because I would go around to, I lived in Fort Worth, but Dallas was about 45 minutes away, and then other towns about 20 to 30 minutes away that you could go to, and you never knew who you were going to meet. You never knew what kind of jokes you were going to hear, and it was just so cool to have that diversity of experience in my life and get to know people that I never would have met otherwise.
Okay, and what was your favorite part about being a comedian?
Yeah, I think, I think the thing I like the most is that I really do like the attention. I like knowing that I've made people laugh with something that I've thought of. I like the writing process of coming up with a joke and then doing the joke one time and then maybe talking to some other comedians and figuring out how to get that joke to a better place. I think that's really fun and fruitful. And I hope to start doing some things online. I think when COVID first hit, I was like, oh, well, we'll be back soon, and then I can just go back to clubs and start doing it in clubs again, but that keeps not happening. We keep not being able to go back. So, and in Boise, where I live now, one of the main places where I would do it at is shut down its comedy part, and it's just a pool hall now. So there's fewer options, so I need to start doing things online more, getting my own microphone, setting up a stage, and doing some bits from my house. So that's kind of where I see the next steps of comedy, especially during COVID, and just seeing what that looks like. And who knows, people may just get used to doing things like a Zoom comedy show, and it could be around for a while. So that's something that I need to get more comfortable with, for sure.
Okay, and if you'd like, could you tell us some jokes?
So, let's see. As if you couldn't tell by everything about me, I have a cat. And I like to raise my cat the way I was raised. So, I was homeschooled, so it's an indoor cat. My parents, they would actually, and this is, you gotta let me finish the joke, you can't get the wrong idea yet, but they would use Bible verses when they would spank me with a paddle. And so they would read Bible verses to me about why they were spanking me, and then they would spank me, and then they would read Bible verses afterward about why they did spank me, and Jesus wept, and that was kind of your way of being like, oh, see, Jesus cried too, so suck it up. And I've taken these lessons with my own cat, and reminded her that God gave man dominion over all animals for us to do whatever we please with them. So when she scratches me and I throw her across the room, I just remind her, at least I didn't eat her for dinner.
Okay. That's pretty funny. Okay, and now you also know some sign language. Could you sign something for us?
Sure, so I'll introduce myself and ask you how you're doing. So that's one way. So I did like my name, but another way you can do it is like, this is who I am. So I would be like, or something like that. So just a basic introduction.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for having me, Cohen.
Here's Eva's word of the week.
Polluted.
Here's 30 seconds of nature. For my book recommendation this week, I'm going to be recommending this book, Endling the Last. It's by Catherine Applegate. It's a really great book. It's about a magical quest about how these creatures and a few and other companions go on a journey to find more of the dog's species, and it's a great book, and you should really read it. And yeah. For my adventure this week, we watched some family-friendly films from the film festival. South Dakota Film Festival, sorry. This is Cohen Vogel, your host, signing off.